Blanche.
Don't even speak to me, Rose. What you did was terrible. I've never been so humiliated in my entire life.
That's not true. What about the time you got caught with the organ man?
Don't comfort me, Rose.
No, I'm eating a bowl of Nabisco Zitios. Of course I'm eating pasta. I need to gain weight. I'm wasting away, Dorothy.
What do you mean?
I got weighed this morning. I couldn't believe what I saw. 98 pounds.
What do you usually weigh?
99.
Ah, you lost 1 pound.
Thank you, Rene Descartes. I'm looking for advice, not arithmetic. Of course he ran away.
Oh, when?
I'm not sure. I have it pinpointed sometime between 10:15 today and late last Thursday.
You have no recollection of Dreyfus since last Thursday?
I have no recollection, period, since last Thursday. Anything could have happened in 3 days. I just hope I'm not carrying Steve Garvey's baby.
The party? I totally forgot. There is no way I can face those people.
Oh, honey, of course you can. You were all friends of Trudy's. You can console each other. It'll help you to cope.
Maybe you're right. Maybe this is just what I need.
Oh, yeah, good for you, Dorothy.
Of course, breaking the news will not be easy.
Want my advice? Wait a couple of hours before you do. Stuff like this could put a real damper on happy hour. Peppy gets the standard 20%, and we're left with a tidy sum for only 1 week's work.
So 20% is standard for a boxer?
It is if he doesn't speak English.
Ma, that's it. Forget it. Take him back.
To where? Customer service? Besides, I believe there's no return clause on fighters. Unless you're Robin Givens. Better I should say nothing from now on and sit here like a pincushion.
Hey, girls, did Bob Hope call? Rose, will you stop being an idiot? Bob Hope is not going to call, and he is not going to MC our show.
What do you mean? I said he'd be here and he will.
Rose, this is not Miracle on 34th Street.
I just finished a sketch of Tuna's little pals, the Dinkelheimer twins.
This book is really coming along.
Yeah, and you can chalk it all up to synergism.
Yeah, synergism. What would we ever do without it? Good old synergism.
You have no idea what it means, do you?
Not a clue.
Well, Dorothy, I live by one simple rule. Share your love with people today, because they may be gone tomorrow.
It's a beautiful sentiment, Blanche.
Comes from dating a lot of traveling salesmen.
I heard a fable when I was a little girl in St. Olaf that might help. Can I tell you?
That's right, Rose. Wait till my defenses are down and take advantage of me.
Okie dokie.
Was I talking to you? I'm talking to my daughter. To me, you don't exist.
And who's driving you to your niece's wedding in California?
Salvador, you're upsetting Papa. Would you please find a mechanic? It's freezing in here.
Of course it's a freezing in here. Mr. Ziti for brains decides to take a shortcut through Chicago in the dead of winter.
Oh, no. We can go see Oliver and Company or Roger Rabbit.
Or Tequila Sunrise. I hear Mel Gibson takes his shirt off a lot.
You know, Jackie, I think you and I are going to get along just fine.
In fact, I think I love him.
Oh, honey, Rose, that's wonderful.
But I still can't understand why he hasn't even approached the subject of, sex. I mean, not that I'm in a hurry or anything, but we have been dating a while now.
Honey, sometimes you have to stoke a man's fire a little bit.
Does this look okay?
Oh, fine. A little overdressed for a quiet evening at home.
Oh, Blanche, didn't you hear Rose has a date?
A date?
Yes. I met him briefly at the counseling center, and he asked me out to dinner.
Well, Rose has a date and I don't. What are the odds of something like this happening? There's probably a better chance of getting struck by lightning in a house you won from Ed McMahon.
Hi, Rose. Hey, how was football practice?
Terrible. It's the laziest team I've ever seen in my life. They didn't bust their tackles. They didn't crack their blocks. They played like a bunch of babies.
Coach, you dropped the whistle.
Oh, thanks, Billy. That was very nice of you. Now you two boys run along home.
Okay, bye.
Billy?
Yes?
I said run. Move it, you little panty waist on the double.
Okay, I can borrow on my life insurance. That should bring us close, huh?
Then it's settled. We're going to call Sid and tell him to go ahead with a new roof.
Okay.
Oh, Ma, you will not believe what a terrible day we've been having.
What are you telling me for? You think I'm hiding Father Flanagan under here?
I can't imagine life without her telling me what a yutz I am, what a lousy husband I was, how my toupee looks like a monkey's behind. God, I love that woman.
I do too. Oh, what are we going to do if she doesn't make it?
She's going to be fine. Come on, let's eat. I brought you your favorite.
Oh, you're such a sweetheart. Chinese.
No, Italian.
You're not even going to ask what's wrong?
What's wrong, Ma?
I got 3 days to live.
Fine, Ma. I'll scratch the Ben Gay off the grocery list.
I can't believe you're so insensitive.
Ma, you are not dying.
I am, Dorothy. I had a dream last night, a death dream. Your father spoke to me.
Spoke to you? How?
Do I look like Rich Little?
What happened?
Oh, bedtime, Rose.
Does that mean we can't talk anymore?
No, they just like you to stay in your own bed.
Oh, darn. I didn't get to brush my teeth.
I know how you feel. I always make sure I brush after every meal. You wouldn't happen to have a meal on you, would you?
Now, I forget. How's this go again? To win something, you have to get 3 to match?
Right. If you get 3 coconuts, you win $100.
What if you get 3 palm trees?
You don't have 3 palm trees. That means you win $10,000.
Ma, I know what a palm tree looks like.
You also know what a handsome doctor looks like. It doesn't mean you got one.
In your neighborhood and/or trailer park has been accepted.
This is the happiest, most fulfilling day of my life.
Which makes you the most pathetic human being on this planet.
Well, I love Elvis.
Oh, Blanche, I would be honored if you would be the first member of the Hunka Hunka Burnin' Love fan club.
I graciously accept and promise to do a good job as president.
I'm not severely injured.
Well, yeah, you can fake it. I have a good doctor friend who will back you up.
I'm appalled, shocked, disgusted. How much money are we talking about?
A couple of $100,000 at least.
A couple of $100,000?
Allow us to introduce ourselves. I'm Len, this is Sven, and this is Ben. We are the Toppelkoffer triplets.
How odd. You don't look anything alike.
Oh, really? Well, back in St. Olaf, nobody could tell us apart. You can imagine all the fun we have playing tricks on our teachers in school.
Which of you brothers has custody of the brain?
I thought I heard voices in here. What you girls doing?
Oh, nothing. We're just sitting talking. Not talking about anything special. The subject of aliens never came up. That wasn't his real name. That was a nickname, Pig. No, Johansson. Anyway, Pigpen had just turned 80, and the town bylaws made him leave his job teaching driver's training at the high school.
On at 80, it was about time.
Well, it had nothing to do with his age. There was an old law on the books about driving with your shirt off.
Only if you consider a class action suit and a boycott by OREP a problem.
I thought it was NOPRO.
This is too big for NOPRO. This is all the way up to OREP.
OREP?
Organization of Retired and Elderly People. Sophia Petrillo, Executive Director and leader of the 87 March on Neiman Marcus.
Jorge Vega, Michael Fetchick, Jim Shue. Jim Shue? Oh, I get it. Jim Shue. Very funny.
Excuse me, I am Jim Shue.
Maybe it'd be just like Cocoon, and they'd take us away, and we'd never grow old.
See, I don't know. I like my life. I mean, I'm not president or anything. I'm just a teacher. A substitute teacher. A divorced substitute teacher who can't even afford her own place to live. Beam me out!
Honey, are you feeling better?
A little. I tried this technique I read about to cheer myself up. You stand in front of a mirror and you tell yourself, I love you, and then you give yourself a great big hug.
Yeah, my son Phil used to do that all the time. Got to a point he couldn't pass a mirror without saying I love you. I can't tell you how many times he got punched out in the men's room.
Say, it's time to play Grab That Dough. Hands on buzzers. Let's begin with our trivia lightning round. What famous Tennessee Williams play was recently made into a film by Paul Newman? Willard.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Rose.
Was it The Glass Menagerie?
That's correct for 100 points.
Thank him for his work and say he must be very proud.
Grazie, Vincenzo. Ho un'offerta che non puoi rifiutare. Mia figlia, Dorothy.
Dorothy. Dorothy,
I think I may have accidentally promised your hand in marriage.
Dorothy.
Well, at least he's Italian.
Very top of the tree, we'd all join hands and pray. And then Daddy'd tell us a story and tuck us into our feather
Who
beds.
was your father, Rose? Michael Landon?
Can I help it if I came from a happy family? Well, we had our share of problems. Believe me, we had some hard times. Once a mysterious drifter stole our butter churn.
She's too scared to have her operation.
Dorothy!
Look, I couldn't help it. When the doctor came in with the release form, he told me what could possibly go wrong. I just panicked.
Darling, nothing is going to go wrong.
Blanche is right. Of course, one summer when I was a candy striper, you wouldn't believe the things I saw. Lost patients, mixed up medications, botched operations.
Rose, do a big ugly man with a limp a favor and shut up. Ma, give me a break. The dye gel's on the bottom shelf. You! Come on, that does it. Come on, out. Come on, come on, out. Move it, out, right now.
And a totally unrestricted driver's license. Hey, at my age, that's like dating Tom Cruise.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Rose.
Hi.
Rose,
Yes, Dorothy?
is that a chicken you're carrying in that cage?
Gee, I think it is. See, Rose, now before you all say no.
No!
Oh, please, just hear me out.
Out of my way. The maestro approaches the podium.
I hope Sophia finishes in time. You can't give a good birthday party without a cake.
Yeah, I seem to recall a party with 3 cakes that was not so terrific.
3 cakes.
Yeah. Rose had planned a surprise birthday party for me. You were still living at Shady Pines.
You mean the home. Say it, Dorothy, the home.
Dorothy's right. The sun's rays can be dangerous. Now there's a hole in the ozone layer.
I wanted to go to college and be a school teacher. Pop wanted me to be a cosmetician in a funeral parlor.
Dead people in the Dodgers. That was it for him in the good time department. Sometimes just to make him happy, he used to lie in bed with a baseball hat on.
Let's put the pedal to the metal.
I can't believe anything that beautiful is so cheap.
I'm cramping up.
Miles?
No, honey, it wasn't Miles. We'll let you know when he gets here.
Maybe we need a signal.
How about this? I yell, "Hey, Rose, Miles is here." It's a very worthy cause, but no, to be perfectly frank, at this moment, I couldn't give a flying fig about whooping cranes. No, I have to keep the line free. Fine, I'll send you a check. Hold it, let me grab a pencil. Okay, whooping cranes, yeah. That's 1990, Newcastle, Louisiana. Got it. Glad I could help. Bye-bye.
Well, you say that like it isn't great. Rose, it's the perfect plan. You get to meet the guy, exchange addresses, and then when he asks you who does good body work, you give him your phone number.
And this really works?
Well, not this time. I had this really cute guy in a Jag lined up when this dork in a duster cut in front of me. And I nicked him instead. He was special.
I'm sure.
What if that's Myra? Hello? Hello? I can hear you breathing, you devil. Now, why are you doing this to me?
Here. Just calm down. Let me handle this. Hello, this is Blanche Dever... Oh, Chuck, yo.
All right, all you gals are gonna get locked up in a closet. And us boys are going for a little walk.
Wow. Were you ever activities director of a place called Shady Pines?
We got a lot of old business to discuss, mi amigo. An awful lot.
Isn't there anything you can do, Barbara?
I suppose I could do this.
Huh?
All right, Cheese Man, you're under arrest.
You told us you didn't have a gun. You lied.
She and Ma went to the Philharmonic.
I thought you were going to that.
Why bother? It's not like I'd be able to enjoy it.
True. On the other hand, Beethoven was also deaf, so you'd be hearing the music the way he wrote it.
A regular guy.
Shlomo Ziegler?
Yes. You're under arrest. Your days as the freeway flasher are over. I know what you're thinking, Rose, but you're wrong. And if I can make bail, I'd love to see you tomorrow night.
I don't think so.
May I call you? I get one phone call. Man, I think we both need a hug.
Joe, I wonder where Gloria is. I was thinking of surprising her, inviting her to lunch.
I don't get it. All of a sudden, you two are best friends?
Well, maybe I've changed. For once, everything is going well. My sister is in my life. Stan is out of my life. I'm not even going to see him for 2 whole years. Everything is perfect.
Hush, pussycat. And his ankles are swelled up like a blowfish. Let's see how the hurricane's going.
You find one little flaw in somebody and you run away.
A little flaw? He has skinny arms. How'd you like to be made love to by somebody who has arms like your mother?
My father made love to her because of her inner beauty.
He never saw me naked.
Look, there's Angelo. Turn the sound up, quick.
As you can see, the bugs are really big, and when I spray them, they appear to be laughing at us.
The question all Miami is asking is, who would make people live under these conditions? We have learned this vermin-infested squalor is owned by baked potato opener king Stanley Zbornak and his ex-wife, Dorothy Zbornak.
Dorothy, that's your picture.
Oh, no. If something happens, I want you to look after Dorothy and Blanche and Sophia for me.
Sure, Mom, whatever you want.
And there's something else I want to tell you. Now lean in close. This is very important. Live from New York, it's Saturday night. Baby, do something wrong?
Oh, no. Not unless you count the fact that when he burps, it smells like 4 burning tires.
mad. That pig tore up my nightgown last night.
Blanche, the people you dated from foreign countries, they play by different rules.
Morning, girls. I didn't sleep a wink last night worrying about Blanche and Sven.
Rose, this is between the two of them.
No, it isn't. I'm supposed to get Sven on a plane today. That's why I called Big Sven early this morning to ask him what to do. I knew he'd be up. He gets up with the cows. I know he gets up with the cows because he sleeps with the cows.
The nicest time. We went to Joe's. You ever been to Joe's?
Yes, what happened?
I had the stone crabs. I never had stone crabs. You ever had stone crabs?
Yes, Blanche, just tell us.
Oh, well, I was just so relieved they didn't have eyes. You know, I can't eat anything with eyes, like lobster.
I can't eat anything that moves.
Like what, Rose? Horses?
Anton. Even my husband didn't believe me on my wedding night when I told him he was the first.
But George wasn't your first.
Well, he didn't know that. The point is, he didn't believe me.
Look, Blanche. Blanche, I'm sorry. Now, do you think you can ever forgive me?
I don't know. I have to think about it.
I understand.
Okay, I thought about it. I forgive you.
Well, I guess that solves the mystery.
I'll say, who would have thought Blanche would date somebody that long in the tooth?
I thought his teeth were nice. What I couldn't believe was how old he was.
You know, sometimes I really cannot believe my ears.
I know. I should have taped them back when you were 7. They giving you any trouble?
I can't get a refund on this lamb chop. It looked fine in the case, but when I got it home, the bottom was all fat.
Come with me.
Sophia, please. I don't want to make trouble.
When's the last time you saw me make trouble?
Aisle 3.
Are you about to educate us on the evils of wasting time by telling a long, tedious St. Olaf story?
Do you know a better way?
There's a point, Blanche.
It was back in 1955, and we had just moved into our first house right next door to Pigpen Johansson. Maybe it'd be just like Cocoon, and they'd take us away, and we'd never grow old.
See, I don't know. I like my life. I mean, I'm not president or anything. I'm just a teacher. A substitute teacher. A divorced substitute teacher who can't even afford her own place to live. Beam me out!
Honey, are you feeling better?
A little. I tried this technique I read about to cheer myself up. You stand in front of a mirror and you tell yourself, I love you, and then you give yourself a great big hug.
Yeah, my son Phil used to do that all the time. Got to a point he couldn't pass a mirror without saying I love you. I can't tell you how many times he got punched out in the men's room.
I just came from the hospital. They told me Sophia was discharged. Is she here?
No, I haven't taken her out of the trunk of the car yet.
Oh, there you are, Sophia. Are you okay?
Hey, I just spent 2 days in the hospital, naked under a sheet with strange men inspecting my body with cold metal instruments.
Which reminds me, has that Tyler returned my call?
Girls, it's here! I am so excited. It's my letter from the Elvis Presley fan club. Oh, my hands are shaking. Dorothy, you read it.
Dear Rosen Island, your application to start an unauthorized chapter of the Elvis Presley Hunka Hunka Burning Love fan club.
I've also been thinking a lot about that boy out at Rex's drive-in, and honey, the two pictures don't go together. There's just something wrong with one of them.
But it's not the one you're hoping, Blanche. It was the heater fogging up my car windows that night.
So, what can I bring you, sweetheart?
Don't you dare talk to him like that. Now, you get out of here.
No one has said a word to me in hours.
What? That's ridiculous. I'm going to find somebody right now. Excuse me. I want some information, and I want it now.
The John is down the hall.
It's about a patient, Sophia Petrillo. She's in intensive care.
The cafeteria's closed.
Get a doctor in here.
Someone will be with you in just a moment.
What a terrible man.
I know, but listen, let's not let him ruin our evening. We can still enjoy all this art.
Dorothy's right. Oh, look, 2 more mimes pretending to kill yourself. I'm gonna have some fun with it.
Hi, Ma. Boy, am I steamed. They took Pat Sajak off Wheel of Fortune.
Well, that's because he has his own late-night talk show now.
Oh, yeah, right. The man spins a big wooden wheel for 8 years. Suddenly, he's discussing détente with Henry Kissinger. What else happened lately? Mike Tyson hosting Masterpiece Theater?
Now, why are you so cranky today?
I'm not cranky. I'm gassy.
I like you very much. Problem is, I just don't know what it is you like about me. See, I'm used to men liking me for my looks, at least partly, and you don't.
I sure don't. As a matter of fact, I'm glad I never have to look at you.
Well, what have you all been doing all this time? How long can you make conversation?
Blanche, there is more to conversation than just, can I have a hanger for my pants, please?
Oh, Ernie's not like that. He's very special. He's not the type of man who wants to hop into bed after just one date.
And this is one of his attributes?
Well, anyway, I'll never forget the time they sang at our annual talent show, right after the herring juggling act.
You mean to tell me that somebody actually juggled herring?
No! It was the herring who did the juggling. Tiny little Ginsu knives. Really very dangerous. I mean, one false move, they could have filleted themselves.
My Sal and I were driving my father cross-country to a wedding when we had some car trouble. Of course, Sal and Papa never got along anyway, so there was trouble even before we left Brooklyn. But once we hit Chicago, the car started making a strange noise. Salvador, what are you looking at? You don't have to pretend you know about cars. You want to impress me, learn to eat with a fork instead of a bread crust.
Dorothy, what do you mean?
Ma's 82 years old. Edith was only 6 years older. You can guess what I'm thinking.
You're thinking your time with Sophia may be running short.
Wow, Blanche, that's amazing. Now guess what I'm thinking.
Okay, if a trip down memory lane is gonna make you happy, pussycat, I'm willing to take a short stroll.
Listen, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll order dinner in, we'll finish looking at the photos, and then we can reread these old letters.
Geez, too bad you didn't bring along the slides.
Ma, now you got the spirit.
Still can't believe that Rose caused all this trouble.
Unbelievable.
This whole fantasy about Bob Hope is sick.
Sick.
I mean, if she's gonna have fantasies, they ought to be the normal, healthy kind, like sweaty Argentinian cowboys whipping things while they ride naked on the back of Brahma bulls.
What happens a week from tonight?
Pepe, tell them.
Okay?
Pepe, boom boom.
Kill Gonzalez.
Attaboy, Tiger. Hey, Pepe, why don't you do some road work while we talk?
Okay?
Immigration, Pepe, immigration.
I can't believe I'm going to see Trudy again after all these years.
Oh, I'm excited for you too, Dorothy. That's why I want everything perfect. I'm making Scandinavia's oldest and most traditional appetizer treat, cheese and crackers.
Cheese and crackers, Rose. Not eggs gefluffy? Ham and Gunterhagens? Oh, how my heart went out to little Kathy Lee, standing there while our servants snickered at her servants. But Mama insisted I break off the friendship or I wouldn't get brand new riding boots for Christmas. So I did.
Blanche, why is this a story about acceptance?
Oh, because years later, to get back at me, Kathy Lee slept with my daddy.
I can either buy the library or the phone booth in the center of town. Buy the library.
If I were you, I'd buy the phone booth.
Why?
People use the phone booth. Now, it's my turn. Oh, six. What luck! I own Lock and Britton Avenue. Game's over. I win. You win.
Honey, what you looking for?
Nothing.
Now, Sophia, tell me the truth.
All right, Dreyfus is gone.
He ran away?
No, we had a falling out and agreed to a trial separation.
Ma, you're exaggerating, but not by much. It was pretty bad.
Boy, when you hear horrible stories like that, it brings up so many questions.
It sure does. Why do we let things like this happen? Why can't we care for our elderly the way they do in Japan? Why are there 17 sets of Hooters on the coffee table?
I remember this one old man, his name was Ben. All he did all day long was sit out there on his family's front porch in that old hickory rocking chair and whittle. Just whittle. I used to pass by there on my way home from school, and I'd say, "Hi, Ben." And he'd yell back, "Hi, Blanche, stay away from my grandsons."
Miss Know-It-All, for your information, it takes 3 days.
So what did it do for you?
I've learned a hell of a lot about what makes Stanley run. Why I'm so reluctant to make commitments, why I can't keep friends, why all my business ventures seem to fail. I finally have an answer.
Because you're a schmuck?
Did you take this seminar?
You lay a finger on me, your teeth will be back in Sicily before you are.
That's my girl! Oh, you got lots of spirit, just like your beautiful mama.
Thank you.
This has gone far enough.
What's gone far enough?
I was talking to her. Look, from now on, she'll be Ma number 1, and you're Ma number 2. I think I'm slowly going out of my mind.
All right. Oh, hello there. How'd you do?
We came in second.
Oh, that's terrific. What'd you get?
Treated badly. They told us to get out of the way when they took the winner's picture with Anita Bryant.
Oh, for those old judges, no, I'd love to hear your song.
Oh, forget it, Blanche.
Please.
Oh, no, the whole experience was too painful.
Please.
We just want to put it out of our minds.
Please.
Hit it, Rose.
Wait a minute, this isn't Splash Mountain.
Well, we're not going to Splash Mountain. I want you to meet Dr. Halpern. He's Stan's psychiatrist.
Mrs. Petrillo, I've heard a lot about you.
Lies, all lies. Yes, I wanted a boy, but slowly I learned to accept her.
I just meant it was nice to meet you.
Oops.
Please, sit down.
Let's go. Let's get this wedding on the road.
Sophia, why are you in a priest's outfit?
Because I'm the one who's going to marry you.
But that doesn't make any sense.
What the hell do you want from me? It's your dream.
Come on, Rose, let's get you married. But I'm still not sure.
Oh, Rose, you can't disappoint your guests.
The guests, but I have to think of what's best for me.
That's only in real life, Rose. In a dream, you do what's best for the guests.
I don't care if he is 6'11" and weighs 300 pounds. The boy can't spell his own name unless he copies it off his jersey. Well, no, I'm not going to tell him. You tell him. You're the coach.
Dean Tucker.
Come in. Look, we'll talk about it later. Oh, boy. Problems. My mother wanted me to be a priest, but no, I had to pursue the flashy world of academics.
Rose.
It's like that old Scandinavian saying. You can lead a herring to water, but you have to walk really fast or he'll die.
All right, fine. I just thought maybe they'd have more fun going out together instead of hanging around here with me and 3 old ladies.
Your lens.
Oh, my lens. Oh. I think maybe I'd better put it in now.
There, that's better. Farewell. God, he's good.
Okay, girls, let's go. Good. Blanche.
Dorothy, I just can't take my eyes off that man's body. I want to see more.
He is covered with oil, wearing a loincloth. How much more can you see?
I don't know, but I'm going to move down front and find out.
A tired person when it is so much more than that.
I think they should name it after you. Zbornak syndrome.
Zbornak syndrome. That sounds like a chess move. Devereaux's disease has a nice ring to it.
Oh, my God.
Oh, it was just a thought.
It's him. Who? I can't believe it.
I saw him first. Who is it? Where is he?
You want me to offend them?
Pretend they're family. Look, everybody named after an apostle, come with me. Excuse me, there was no Eddie.
Have you guys ever heard of Totally Hidden Video? Well, underneath this gray wig is comedian Kay Ballard. Thanks for being on our show.
For the first time in my life, I'm ashamed to be a Hollingsworth. Vixen, Story of a Woman, is nothing but a vulgar collection of perverse sexual acts that are sheer and utter filth.
With you, we'll take care of it.
Oh, thank you, Sophia.
You're welcome, Pussycat.
I'm not Dorothy.
From now on, I'm calling everybody Pussycat. It's cheaper than buying new glasses.
She gone?
Are you just getting in?
Shh. Have you been with Stan all this time?
The car ran out of gas.
Oh, I've used that 1,000 times. Dorothy's born.
Lunar module, you're out of here. Yeah, that's it. Yes.
It's just a puzzle, Dorothy. You didn't make this much noise on your wedding night.
Oh, Ma, it looks great, doesn't it?
Sure. Let's bust it up.
No, wait. Blanche and Rose haven't seen it.
Dorothy, they have dates. They get to see the real moon. You take your right foot out. Let's go, let's go. You put your right foot in and hurry up, or we'll never get to the part where you shake it all about on purpose.
Oh, God, they got into the medication. Ma, what do you think you're doing?
Oh, look who's here. Everybody remembers my daughter, Dorothy. Or maybe you know her by her Indian name, Dances with Nobody.
I can't sleep. And what's worse, I went to Sophia's room for one of our talks. And then I remembered she left, thanks to you, Dorothy.
You had late night talks with my mother?
All the time.
And she gave you hard candy?
No. I'd ask, but she was always afraid I'd choke on it.
Why didn't somebody tell me it was dinner time?
Wild and crazy names?
Carol, this is a different Dan and Marthy.
You mean these aren't the two nuts who couldn't stop seeing each other? Dan, a sex-crazed nudnik with occasional performance problems, and Morothy, a domineering tyrant who totally emasculated him?
No more calls. We have a winner.
Is the Zbornak-Wagner party ready? I think we are.
Well, wait a minute. Lorraine has to have something old and something new and something borrowed and something blue.
Here. Oh, this is blue. Oh, thank you. These earrings are old. They were my grandmother's.
Thank you.
Here, I borrowed these knee-high surgical stockings on the bus.
Honey, do you still think you can fly?
Yes.
Fine. Then if you're going to fly, you're going to have to take me with you. Do you still want to do it?
Absolutely.
I really should have paid closer attention during that refresher course back at the junior college.
Oh, my God! He's flying!
Mama, if Salvador hates you, why does he want you to come here and live with us?
What?
Salvador and I would like you to move in with us.
Forget it. I am not moving in.
Why not?
Let me tell you a story. Picture it. Sicily, 1881. A beautiful young peasant girl.
Mama, not another story.
Sophia, come closer.
What do you think, Blanche? Am I through with my cycle?
Well, I'd say menopause is a pretty good guess. You're about as puffy as the Pillsbury Doughboy.
I was talking about my exercycle. It's so hard to know what to leave here and what to put in storage.
What are you doing, Rose?
Oh, I was just going through the change.
Well, that explains the puffiness.
Hey, so I didn't make the cover of Fortune. I'm just trying to do something to make things better for us. All our friends were moving up and we were stuck with a one-way ticket to Palookaville. I wanted to be someone, babe. I wanted to be a contender.
Stanley, did you just rent On the Waterfront?
I remember my mother making me practice the tuba 3 hours a day, 7 days a week for 10 years. Oh, I hated it, but it finally paid off.
I didn't know you played the tuba.
Oh, I don't. No, I gave it up. But I can blow 32 pounds of air into a tire in less than a minute. I've never been in a place like this. Are these all real cowboys?
Of course, Rose. You can tell because they wear cowboy hats and drink wine spritzers and drive Volvos. Blanche, who do we see about our table?
Well, I don't know. This is the first time I've ever been here. And I raised my daughter the same way. So that's why David is the way he is now. So it's all my fault.
Oh, now, Blanche, you can't blame yourself for David.
You're right. It's my mother's fault. I am going to give this list to David and see that he starts right away.
How is it possible to get pregnant in Sicily just by crossing the street?
Cheap Chianti and narrow streets.
Em vẫn biết đây là điều đã cũ. Chuyện tình yêu quan trọng gì đâu. Sự gắn bó giữa hai người xa lạ. Nỗi vui buồn đem chia sẻ cùng nhau. Em đâu dám nghĩ là vĩnh viễn. Hôm nay yêu mai có thể xa rồi. Niềm đau đớn tưởng như vô tận. Bỗng có ngày thay thế một niềm vui. Nhưng hôm nay ta nói ngày mai. Như không khí, như một xanh lá cỏ.
What do you mean you're not calling the police? The man just told you we robbed a bank.
He also told me he had a very good reason. He did it for love.
Gee, the most any man ever did for me was getting all his sheep to lie down in a field and spell out my name.
Well, she was pretty far gone by then, but when we got to your name, she kept repeating in this weak little voice, I want her to have it. I want her to have it.
Well, I am surprised.
She was talking about her disease.
Miss Know-It-All, for your information, it takes 3 days.
So what did it do for you?
I've learned a hell of a lot about what makes Stanley run. Why I'm so reluctant to make commitments, why I can't keep friends, why all my business ventures seem to fail. I finally have an answer.
Because you're a schmuck?
Did you take this seminar?
We used to keep all our fine cutlery in one.
Blanche was right. She said you were incorrigible.
I guess I deserve it. I always say she's a cheap slut.
Maybe we better be going.
Yes, it was a pleasure meeting you all.
Good night.
They giving you any trouble?
I can't get a refund on this lamb chop. It looked fine in the case, but when I got it home, the bottom was all fat.
Come with me.
Sophia, please. I don't want to make trouble.
When's the last time you saw me make trouble? Aisle 3.
Well, the weather's cleared up. I really think we should save a big project like this for a rainy day.
Now, we agreed we weren't going to waste time. That'd be a big mistake, something we'd regret for the rest of our lives.
Rose, we're eating pizza, not getting tattoos.
I just hate the idea of wasting time. I always have, ever since what happened to my neighbor in St. Olaf.
Rose.
Maybe it'd be just like Cocoon, and they'd take us away, and we'd never grow old.
See, I don't know. I like my life. I mean, I'm not president or anything. I'm just a teacher. A substitute teacher. A divorced substitute teacher who can't even afford her own place to live. Beam me out!
Actually, it was in the cutaway Oldsmobile that they kept in the driver's ed department at school. Oh, Lordy, the things I did in that car. It's a good thing old St. Christopher had his back to me.
There's no doubt about it. She's faking.
Dorothy, I didn't learn to do that till I was married.
It doesn't matter how good your product is, you have to know how to promote it. That sure was the case with Fritz Vanderhoeven, who owned the St. Olaf Motor Coach Company.
They built a car in St. Olaf?
They sure did. The Vanderhoeven rocket. What was a beauty. Fritz really had vision. Actually, he had double vision, which is why it had 8 tires.
In addition to my sizable donation, I've just dispatched my top aide to one of the many shelters in our community with the jacket I've just purchased. May it provide warmth and comfort to one of our city's homeless.
Where's Screw?
I've also been thinking a lot about that boy out at Rex's drive-in, and honey, the two pictures don't go together. There's just something wrong with one of them.
But it's not the one you're hoping, Blanche. It was the heater fogging up my car windows that night.
So, what can I bring you, sweetheart?
Don't you dare talk to him like that. Now, you get out of here.
What is taking them so long? It's been over an hour.
I'm sure they're doing the best they can.
Cafeteria was closed. This is all I could find.
Thanks, honey.
Any word on Sophia?
None. No, I hate waiting.
I hate hospitals.
I hate when the people put each other down on Love Connection.
What a terrible man.
I know, but listen, let's not let him ruin our evening. We can still enjoy all this art.
Dorothy's right. Oh, look, 2 more mimes pretending to kill yourself. I'm gonna have some fun with it.
Oh, morning, Ma. You sleep okay?
Nah, I got up in the middle of the night and there was a puddle in my bed. You know how relieved I was to find out the roof was leaking.
Oh, hi, Rose. Hey, the ceiling in your room leaking too?
No, Dorothy, I just finished milking the cow I keep in my closet. Gee, with only 3 hours sleep, I can be as bitchy as you.
I like you very much. Problem is, I just don't know what it is you like about me. See, I'm used to men liking me for my looks, at least partly, and you don't.
I sure don't. As a matter of fact, I'm glad I never have to look at you.
You mean you've been seeing him for over a month and you two haven't done it?
He hasn't made one move. Of course, there was the time we were out to dinner, and I thought he was coming on a little strong all of a sudden. But it turned out he was looking for his napkin under the table. Well, anyway, I'll never forget the time they sang at our annual talent show, right after the herring juggling act.
You mean to tell me that somebody actually juggled herring?
No! It was the herring who did the juggling. Tiny little Ginsu knives. Really very dangerous. I mean, one false move, they could have filleted themselves. But how did you know about Blanche?
Stuck here on Valentine's Day with the 3 of you. Oh, this is the worst day of my life.
Oh, quit complaining. There are worse things that can happen to you on Valentine's Day, I know.
Was there ever a Valentine's Day when you didn't have a date?
Please, until I was 80, I was combing geezers out of my blue rinse.
Dorothy, what do you mean?
Ma's 82 years old. Edith was only 6 years older. You can guess what I'm thinking.
You're thinking your time with Sophia may be running short.
Wow, Blanche, that's amazing. Now guess what I'm thinking.
I'll never forget that winter day in 1934. I was thinking, boy, am I blessed to have such a precious 2-year-old in my life.
Oh, look! Here's one of us on a bicycle built for two.
I'll never forget that spring day in 1940. I was thinking,
Ma, you're making this up!
Of course I am. How the hell should I remember what I was thinking back then?
Still can't believe that Rose caused all this trouble.
Unbelievable.
This whole fantasy about Bob Hope is sick.
Sick.
I mean, if she's going to have fantasies, they ought to be the normal, healthy kind. Like sweaty Argentinian cowboys whipping things while they ride naked on the back of Brahma bulls.
I know it's a big responsibility to take care of one, but I bought a boxer.
You spent $3,000 for a dog.
He's no dog, he's a winner. Come on in, Pepe.
Wait a minute, Ma, you bought a prize fighter?
It's a once-in-a-lifetime investment. A week from now, you're going to be kissing the ground I walk on.
Yeah, and you're going to be looking up at it from the other side. I can't believe I'm going to see Trudy again after all these years.
Oh, I'm excited for you too, Dorothy. That's why I want everything perfect. I'm making Scandinavia's oldest and most traditional appetizer treat, cheese and crackers.
Cheese and crackers, Rose. Not eggs gefluffy? Ham and Gunterhagens? Anyway, I was about 8 years old when I first met Kathy Lee on the playground. We became fast friends, just as thick as Louisiana blackstrap molasses on a steak of Johnny cakes as high as an elephant's knee.
On a riverboat floating down the Mississippi Delta. Finish the damn story, Blanche. I can either buy the library or the phone booth in the center of town. Buy the library.
If I were you, I'd buy the phone booth.
Why?
People use the phone booth. Well, it's my turn. Oh, six. What luck! I own Lock and Britton Avenue. Game's over. I win. You win. Who's this? Holly, this is...
Oh, wait now, Rose. Let me. She's feisty, zesty, and full of old world charm, Sophia.
She's mopey, dopey, and full of crap, Rose's sister. Don't mess with me, kid. I have the home court advantage.
Ma, you're exaggerating, but not by much. It was pretty bad.
Boy, when you hear horrible stories like that, it brings up so many questions.
It sure does. Why do we let things like this happen? Why can't we care for our elderly the way they do in Japan? Why are there 17 sets of Hooters on the coffee table?
Well, I guess it's my shift.
It's okay, Dorothy. I think she's finally asleep.
Oh, thank God. I am exhausted. Haven't been this tired since my wedding night.
Well, a night of unbridled passion should take it out of you.
Who said anything about passion? I was tired from picking up beer cans from Stan's poker buddies.
And the doctor who delivered you bought his obstetric tools from a restaurant supply store. Now stop talking crazy and go to bed. Good night. Dorothy, you got a cough drop?
No.
A hard candy?
No.
A Tic Tac?
Does it say Kmart on the back of my nightgown?
Oh, hello there. How'd you do?
We came in second.
Oh, that's terrific. What'd you get?
Treated badly. They told us to get out of the way when they took the winner's picture with Anita Bryant.
Oh, for those old judges, no, I'd love to hear your song.
Oh, forget it, Blanche.
Please.
Oh, no, the whole experience was too painful.
Please.
We just want to put it out of our minds.
Please.
Hit it, Rose.
Hello, xin chào các bạn. Đây là cây hoa hồng. Ra rất là nhiều hoa nhưng mà nó lụi vợi rồi. Cây hồng rất là cao. Nhà cháu sắp xong rồi bà ạ. Vâng. Còn một ít nữa thôi, họ đang làm lốp. Đây cái lụ hoa. Tôi đi.